Alright, what's up traders? Quick one today, no jokes. We're just going to jump into some education. You guys are going to get something kind of useful out of this. We're going to look at how we can use resting liquidity and stop hunt some orders. So if you guys don't know me, my name's Hunter. This is Hunter FX, and I do live streaming where I actually show you the trades that I'm taking each day. I'm a professional forex trader doing this full time out of the comfort of my own home. And as you can see, brand new wide angle lens here, so you can see even more of my tiny apartment. It's a great time. So we're gonna look at how we can basically stop hunt, and we might as well just jump right into it. Make sure you subscribe so that you can get more of this awesome knowledge later. So some people might call this a couple different things. I like to call it resting liquidity. There's open orders, things like this. I'm not sure exactly what people are going to call it. But basically, what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for these basically flat lines here. Just to jump right into it. We're going to be looking for these flat lines where we're testing multiple times. So 1, 2, let me just draw this out here for you guys. 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. This has been tested so many times. And the thing is here, get rid of all that, that's messy. The thing is here that it's not really breaking below this very tight range. So it's a very flat line, and that's what we're looking for here, is a very tight range. You know, this doesn't look as good because they're not really lining up perfectly. But once we see maybe 2, 3, 4 tests of the same area, what that's going to tell us is price 1 keeps testing that area, and these resting orders that are sitting right here, all of the, you know, the big traders, they got resting orders here. That is actually breaking down. Those resting orders are getting weaker and weaker every single time it gets tested. Not enough traders are actually adding orders as many are being taken off when we test it. So that's the first thing that we got to take note of, that eventually this will break the more often we test it. And it's going to get weaker, and then, so we're going to expect it to actually dump down below this level at some point. The next thing that we want to pay attention to is when it's testing here, every single time traders are entering, they're going long. Where are they going to put their stops? Well, let's say I'm a trader and I entered right here. I'm going to put my stop clearly right here, right? And I'll be targeting the tops or whatever. And if I'm still in this trade, then my stop loss is still back here, or it's at break even, doesn't matter if I moved it forward. The fact is that stops are still going to be resting here, and that's what these big market makers are looking for. They're looking for a place that's going to be able to be stopping a bunch of traders out so that they can use those stop entries in order to fill their longs in this case. So what happened? Well, the two things happened. It got weaker, and then the market maker pushed it down a little bit further, and then here it started liquidating all those stops. Where they left their orders was way back here, clearly, because they're smarter than us. And then they reversed the price, and they started selling off once we got back into the range. Now, the next thing to note about this pair is actually we would have expected it to come down even lower here, because this is an untested demand zone. So there's still a lot of resting orders here. This is kind of an unrelated note to what I'm teaching today, but I would have actually expected it to come down a little bit further and then the smart money pick it up there. So most likely it's going to come back down again and kind of act in the same way that we have 1, 2, 3 tests here. So when it does come back down, it's most likely going to come, stop out those orders, enter this area here, and then zoom right back up, and then retest somewhere probably around that yellow line there. Now then, what does this mean for us? We can basically use these areas as targets for when we're already in a trade. It's going to be very obvious that price is going to return to this point, so we can use that as our exits. As for entries, it might not be the best thing. The only thing I could say about entries is if it actually wicked down past and then closed back within the range. That way we can assume that the price is actually going to be reversing and it was simply just a stop out in that case. So I just wanted to show you guys one more quick one here that I actually saw live, and this was the reason why I wanted to make this video here today. The actual reason I entered was because we were sweeping above these highs. We broke down below really sharply. I accidentally, we didn't really actually enter on this retrace here, but we are entering on this second retrace here, and we're going to be targeting, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is going to be a obvious place where stops are going to be hunted. So I'm actually not exiting in that area, but on the very edge, just because the only difference is it's 2.4R versus 5R basically. So I'd much rather be safe and make sure that we can get out on that trade rather than push for that extra 0.1R. So that's going to wrap it up, guys. I told you it was a really quick video. Use that to hit your targets even better. Use that to understand the market a little bit more. Jump in on my live streams Monday to Friday on the New York Open. I'll be posting the links in the Discord because they're actually unlisted off of my channel. So you're going to have to actually watch them from the Discord or be subscribed with the bell notification so that you can actually see those when they come live.
Listen.